What made you decide that you wanted support with kind of personal brand, mentorship, visibility?
I think the moment I realised that whether I was conscious of it or not, I had a personal brand. And realising that rather than it being something that happened accidentally, that I wanted to be conscious of it. Be conscious and intentional about how we're showing up in the world and how we're interacting with it. I wanted to do that for my business. I was a solopreneur. It was very much Zoom calls and in my office, and wanted to get out and start meeting people. I came to your workshop. One thing that I really liked is that you have a lot of expertise, but also a clarity and a way of a process that makes sense. And that's what really appealed to me.
I love it. The process, what I call the unique personal branded solution. Welcome to the show, Dima. It's great to have you here.
Great to be here, Kelly. Thank you.
From all our one-to-one sessions
to
now here we are on the podcast and your personal brand journey. I'm excited to dive into it. Would you like to give everyone a little introduction as to who you are and what it is that you do?
Yeah, so I'm Dima Gata-Ora, and I work with stuck expats, global professionals in corporate. They're feeling miserable. They're feeling unsure of what their next steps are. Variety of reasons. I show them how to get unstuck, how to get motivated and excited again, and just really reach their full potential and not settle in lives and careers that they're really not happy with. So that's what I do.
I love it. And that was really clear. One of the things that we've been working on is the sort of the elevator and who you help. And you really do have that niche of being very specific as an expat. And you've been an expat for a while and having been through various careers, different cities that you've lived in, relocations, you also understand what your client's going through.
Yeah, because expat life in itself, or immigrant life, or living away from where you grew up is challenging. But corporate life is also incredibly challenging. My clients tend to work in multinationals, and there are very specific challenges. You put the two together, it's no wonder that motivation can drop and stress and frustration and self-doubt increase. So those are the two worlds that I really understand well, and I can help them very quickly. It's mindset work, it's mental and emotional energy work, and it's very easy and smooth to start moving out of it.
What made you decide that you wanted support with kind of personal brand, mentorship, visibility? What made you think that? Because as someone who's in the industry, we know that we go to experts, but there's loads of experts that we can go to. What made you think about that?
Well, I had worked with experts before. Being a business owner, you can't do it all yourself, or you very quickly burn out. So I've always been very willing. I've always had a coach. I've always worked with people who I really valued their expertise. And I think the moment I realised that whether I was conscious of it or not, I had a personal brand. And realising that rather than it being something that happened accidentally, that I wanted to be conscious of it. Kind of what I do with my clients, actually. Be conscious and intentional about how we're showing up in the world and how we're interacting with it. I wanted to do that for my business. And that's how I came across your work. And I came to one of your workshops.
That's right.
And at that point, I really wasn't out in the world doing things. I was a solopreneur. Most of my clients are all over the world. So it was very much Zoom calls and in my office, and wanted to get out and start meeting people. I came to your workshop and it was very simple. And one thing that I really liked is that you have a lot of expertise, but also a clarity and a way of a process that makes sense. And that's what really appealed to me.
I love it. The process, what I call the unique personal branded solution, that thing that makes you stand out from maybe other experts or mentors, and the same with yourself when you're working towards it. And what I've admired about your journey is I've got various ways that, clients work. Some go super fast, some go super consistent, some go, you've really thought about it methodically. And whenever we have a session, you always go away and think about it. And then you go, okay, do you know what? I'm coming back and I want to evolve this a little bit and change this. And it really is part of the journey. It's not just a done deal. You really consider things and then come back and go, no, this is what I want to do. And it's just gone at a really nice, steady pace. But now I think about the first thing that we worked on was we went shopping together.
We did. It was amazing. I've travelled the world for the last 17 years. It's a long time, actually, since I was in corporate with my high heels on and my suit, feeling $1 million. And since then, I've retrained. Mine's very much a story of restarts and trying new things, moving around the world. And part of the branding, I think you said let's go and get some professional photos. I was like, okay. And feeling really blank in terms of what that meant, how I wanted to present myself in a way that was me, that was professional. And we went shopping, and it was such fun, but also really educational for me, because what you did for me at that point was just infuse everything with an enthusiasm and a confidence.
Yeah.
And I remember trying things on, saying, I love it, but I can't wear this. You're like, why can't you? You look amazing. Why wouldn't you?
Yeah.
And just having that rubber stamp from somebody whose opinion you trust and who's a professional really helped.
I think that's a really important piece of the word that you'd said about confidence.
Yes.
Because I think you can go on a journey, but if you had maybe started with another aspect of the brand strategy that we've gone through over the past few months, but we started with what you wanted the most amount of help with then.
Yes.
And that confidence, I've honestly seen that leak into everything that you do. The confidence in the way you show up online, the confidence in the way that you show up at events, whereas maybe might have been a second thought to go, should I really go to it? But it's coming with much more confidence. Do you feel that as well?
Absolutely. I think we all have our individual little mind blocks, and it becomes like, well, I don't know how to. And for me at that point, it was like, well, I don't know what to wear. I don't know what I'm going to wear to that event.
So I just won't go.
So I just won't go. Yeah. And you get caught up, your head gets caught up in the wrong thing. And so when we can make that smooth and easy, and it's all fixable, right? It's all learnable. Doing that first was actually one of the most impactful things, because it took away the excuses I had, the internal excuses, because I could never say, well, I don't know what to wear, because clearly I do.
And I know what's in your wardrobe. Do you remember?
And you'd be like, right, wear that.
Yeah, I remember we went to the networking event, and then you're like, what shall I wear? And I'm like, wear this outfit.
Yes.
But then now it's not even a second thought. You've got the clothes, and it's easy, and it's just that little refresh and kick that's there as well.
Absolutely.
So, I'm so excited. The final pieces are all coming together, the website.
Yes.
And now I think what people potentially underestimate, and this is not you, but I think people going through a personal brand journey, is that when you visually see everything at the end, you're like, wow, this is my personal brand. The photography, the branding, the content, the copy, the social media, like all of that.
Yes.
It adds to the confidence, but it also makes you feel, I don't know, what would you say, like the feeling of...
Yeah, I think that there's a misconception about branding sometimes, where people think that you're being molded into a particular path that isn't you. And I have found it to be the complete opposite, that working on personal branding, it's interesting what you said about how, I do tend to go quite deep with things. I like to think about them from an energy perspective, emotionally and mentally, because that's my day-to-day work, right? That's what I do with my clients. And what it's helped me to do is ask myself questions about who I am, what my values are, what matters to me the most, and how do I want to present that authentically. So personal branding is one aspect of that, and it's a really important aspect because it's often what people engage with first. And so it's helped me to be more confident in who I am and to clear away the clutter and the nonsense. And, sometimes we can... I find sometimes that clients are preoccupied with what somebody else is doing. When you're very clear on your own personal brand, it really doesn't matter. You're excited for other people in their journey, but yours is so clear and in you that it gives you a power I think that's what happens from it.
I love that. And you've also received feedback from other people online. And one of the platforms that you're particularly invested in is LinkedIn.
Yeah.
And that makes complete sense because that's where your clients are. And it's a platform you enjoy.
Yeah.
Maybe share with the audience why you love it. Because I think people just still see it as finding a job place.
Yeah, and it has been a journey for me. If somebody had said to me a year ago that I would be very happily posting on LinkedIn with enthusiasm, I thought you're absolutely crazy. That's not going to happen. But it has. And the reason that I really like LinkedIn is because of the people that are on there and what they're there to do. So the connections that I've made, the conversations that we have, the amount that I learn from just reading other people's posts, it's just so interesting.
Yeah.
I can be learning about all different aspects of what my clients might be experiencing, not from an executive coaching perspective. It could be finance, it could be anything. It's all on there. So I love the network, and people are so enthusiastic. I found it's very easy to build a network on LinkedIn, partly because you have to connect with somebody and they have to connect back with you.
Yeah.
It's not followers. Do you know what I mean? It's true connections.
Although there is that option to have the followers.
Yeah, there is. That's true.
But to have the more established connection. And you're very good, though. You comment on a lot of people's posts and take the time to get to know people as well.
Yeah, because I'm interested in what they're doing. And what I found with LinkedIn is that it's very reciprocal. I find that LinkedIn is a very kind and supportive platform. That's what I've noticed from other people and what I receive back from them. And it's a platform that people are on all the time, and they're on it not necessarily because they're sort of doom scrolling for entertainment. They're in a space where they're feeling engaged and they want to learn something, or they're curious about what's going on.
That's very
true. So I think that I like that about LinkedIn. Yeah. In terms of the branding, you can't always see your own evolution, but I definitely hear from other people, from friends, from family. I signed a new client on Friday. Yay. And she was telling me how she's been reading. I've been following you for 6 months, Dima. I've been reading everything. I was going to reach out to you then, but various things happened in her life. And by the time that we get onto a consultation call, you know your personal brand is working well because people feel they already know you and there are no surprises. You're as they thought you were, if not more so.
Yes.
And that's the experience that we've had just this weekend on Friday. So
I love it. That's great news.
Yeah.
Great news. Yeah. So what's next for you with your business and your brand and where are you taking it?
I think for me, and you've helped me so much with this, I've had some health issues in the last 6 months. That's been really interesting from being an entrepreneur, writing your own content. Obviously, clients and their experience always comes first.
Yeah.
What the personal brand has helped me do is step back from the nitty-gritty of the business a little bit, because the brand carries the weight. When you've got it all worked out, when you know what your posts are going to look like and what your content pillars are, for example, or the things you love to talk about, that becomes a smooth machine that just kind of runs. And that has meant that I've been able to step back. You helped me plan out my ideal week and all of those things of not what I should be doing, but what do I genuinely want to do?
Yeah.
And I found in doing that, I've become a lot more creative. I have so many ideas about what I want to do. And I think that creativity wouldn't have happened without the personal brand and the business brand being ready to go.
Yeah, I love that. Well, thank you so much for coming on today, sharing your honesty and just the journey piece. What would you say to someone that's, starting out in business, or maybe they're looking to go into this niche or space? What would your thoughts be to them?
If somebody was wanting to go into the niche that I'm in, I would say the first thing to do is just really talk to as many clients, potential clients as you can, so that you truly understand what they're experiencing and what they're going through. I'm a big believer in treating it as a profession, being certified, being professional and serious about what you do.
Rather than seeing it as a hobby.
It's not a hobby, because people are coming to you with their real heart, they're real issues, and we need to be able to ethically and professionally hold that and guide them. So take it seriously, I would say, and get help. Get help from day one. You can definitely do it all by yourself.
Yeah.
But if you want to do it from an energy of feeling stressed, always behind, burnt out, that's one way to do it. You'll get results. If you're in it for the long term and you want your business and your clients to be something of joy and impact in the world, then let other people help you, because they're there and they're ready and they're willing.
I love that. What a great way to end.
Yes.
How can people find you? What are you on socials?
Well, I'm on LinkedIn. I'm on LinkedIn nearly every day. So I'm Dee Magata Aura. Yeah. My company is called Criterion Coaching, but just Google Dee Magata Aura and you'll find me. We've just restarted my Instagram account, Kelly.
Love it.
So I'm Deema Official there, but you can reach out to me there.
Thank you so much. I've loved working with you. I know we've still got some sessions left. I just love that so many of my clients then end up becoming friends, you know, because you get to know them so well and it is so personal. So thank you for being one of those.
Thank you, Kelly. It's been great.
Cool.